Hi everyone, so today we're going to learn how to draw the bones for your calaca skeleton. As you can see here at your table, you have a ditto. It has a skeleton with the bones on the front and it has one on the back, so you could see what they look like. Different artists drew this, so they might be slightly different, but they're pretty much similar. On the front, you see how all the bones are labeled too, so that could be helpful. So when you get your calaca back, your skeleton, you're going to look for the pencil side where you wrote your name. That's the bad side. You're going to flip it over to the nice side, and that's where you're going to start drawing. Like we always draw with pencil, you always want to do it lightly. We're going to start with the top of the head, which is the skull. If you look at the ditto here, it's a profile, a side view, so we need more of a frontal view, which is on the back. You could take a look at that back, and the first thing you're going to draw is the eye sockets, and you're going to try to have them be symmetrical. You want to put them in the middle of the skull, not at the top, because that's where the forehead is and where, let's say, your hair would go. When you make the nose, you could do it how it has on the ditto with two teardrop shapes for the nostrils, or you can even do an upside down heart shape, whatever you like better for your nose. Then in the secondary part down here, that's where your teeth go. So you can definitely make a smiling calaca. You can draw individual teeth. They can be rounded, they could be square, however you want to make your mouth and teeth. So here is my mouth, right, for my calaca. Once you do that, then you're going to go down to the neck, and that's where you see these cool looking vertebrae here. It's called a vertebrae that connects to your spinal cord, and the spinal cord is what I'm drawing right now. That's that little kind of curved rectangle. So I could start to draw the spinal cord. Then as you see here, you have what's called the collarbone, and this is the breastplate there, and that connects to the rib cage. So you can draw that any way you want. Take a look, but every bone that you draw has a left side, and it also has a right side, or like a top and bottom for, let's say, this area here. Then I can draw where that ball and socket joint go into your bicep, and then I can come down. So you don't really want these to look like doggy bones, because they don't exactly look like a doggy bone, like a biscuit, but kind of similar. And here's that top bone there. And again, I could look on the front, I could look on the back to try to get a good idea. Here's my collarbone coming around, and I'm gonna do a little erasing to get it to fit right in. Then I can do my two bones down here, kind of comes in and out. Bones are kind of like thick on one side, gets thinner in the middle, and then get thicker again at the top. So it's like thick, thin, thick again. You see what I'm saying there? So that's how it looks. And then I'm going to do the fingers, right? The fingers are individual bones. 1, 2, 3, 4. They start off big, get smaller, smaller, smaller. So you can add in the fingers, you could add in the thumb, and again, you can look at it on this side. Right here is the palm of your hand, and you see it's all kind of little circles and ovals put together to make that. Then you can come back in here again, and if you want to start adding in your breastbone, you can do that, and then you can start making your rib cage. Some kids make the ribs like so, where they're kind of hooking around. I've seen kids draw them like that, and then they also see the back part. If you look at this side, the rib cage hits the breastbone exactly, where this artist ended the rib cage not touching the breastbone. So it's however you want to interpret that. Then your spinal cord would be here in this unique part, this little skinny part coming down. Keep drawing that, and then you have the pelvic bone. So the pelvic bone sort of looks like a butterfly, doesn't it? Sort of like that. And it has this little opening here, and then you can draw the pelvic bone. From there would go your hip bone, and again it's like big, and then it gets thick, and then comes to thin again. When it gets down to the knee, that's when it comes thick. Got this like triangle shape, and down here. And then the same thing I would do with my shin. When you're ready to draw the feet, you can go to the back of the page and draw the little bones there. And that's pretty much how you draw it. You want to take your time, you want to draw lightly so you can erase if you need to and interpret it your own way. Here are some calaca skeletons that kids had colored for me, but you could see some differences in how they did the rib cage, which is pretty neat. This student showed the breastbone, this one didn't. This focused on the spinal cord. You can see how they took their time drawing in all the little bones of the fingers and on the palm of the hand. You can see how they did the pelvis here with the knee joint. They really did a great job. So that's what you're doing today. You're just going to work on drawing the bones. Have fun.